Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Look, love it or hate it, the advertising and marketing industry is the ultimate broker of power and influence in the world today. And now you can look behind the curtain. I'm Ryan Joe, editor-in-chief of Adweek and host of our new weekly podcast, AdSpeak. AdSpeak brings stories from our top reporters to life and delves into the people and companies that shape the products we buy, the entertainment we enjoy, and how we view the world. We're bringing the drama of the newsroom directly to you and revealing the untold stories behind the headline. AdSpeak by Adweek is your new essential weekly podcast. Subscribe and follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward.
Gosh, Hamish, I listened to one of our old episodes yesterday.
Go on.
I sound like I've either snorted a line of speed or I've had 15 coffees.
It's the big secret behind the Sober Awkward podcast. Yes, we don't drink alcohol. Do we snort speed before every episode,
And
though?
have 15 coffees, yeah. Something you don't need to know about.
Leave that to the imagination. What episode? I want to go back and listen to it.
Oh, my God, I sound absolutely mental. Someone had emailed me to say... I think I might be listening on a higher speed of one of the episodes. So I thought, I'll go back and listen just in case she's got it. You know, there's that setting where you can have it on 1.25 or whatever. But she was right. It was on the normal speed, yet I sounded like I was completely off my tits.
Were we in here? Were we in the studio?
I think it was that day that we went double coffee.
Yeah.
Do you remember that day where we went over to the cafe and we were like, let's have one extra coffee.
Because you like the mug?
Because I like the glass mug before we start. I think it was that day.
Well, this is another little insight into the podcast. You are now convinced that drinking coffee before the podcast makes you less mind blank.
Yes,
and
it
less
does.
stuttery.
Yes, it definitely makes me less stuttery, but it also makes me sound like a crackhead.
There's a sweet spot. There's a sweet spot somewhere between the first and the second coffee that is where we need to be aiming for.
I was kind of like, can someone shut this woman up? This is the most annoying person.
Did I sound incredibly slow as a result? Yeah.
I slowed it down
Get
at
on
one
with it,
point.
mate.
I emailed the woman back and said, just take it down to like 0.75. It's much easier to listen to, but that is my normal voice. So today, Hamish, I'm going to slow it down.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to talk really slowly.
It's a 3-hour episode. Buckle in.
Buckle in. I just got back from holiday and I just wanted to tell you quickly about somebody from the High Commission in Australia reaching out to me while I was on holiday, who was a fan of the podcast, who took me to an exercise class and went out for dinner with them.
Oh, wait. The Australian High Commissioner in the country that you were in Vanuatu.
Yeah.
Knew the podcast invited you out to work out.
I posted a picture of myself on a boat and she was like, oh, are you in Vanuatu? I'm from the High Commission. I live in Vanuatu and I'd like to meet you. I was like, okay then.
What?
This podcast opens some funny old doors, doesn't it?
So you went for a workout with her?
I went for a couple of workouts with her, met the guy from Muscle Lab. Hello, Julian. Yeah, and went out for dinner with the families. Yeah, told us all about the country. She's trying to get sober, loves the podcast, has been listening for 3 years.
Is she the ambassador? Is she...
Let's say she's the ambassador.
She's the president of Vanuatu.
She is the king of the world.
Whoa,
Yeah,
okay.
I am friends.
We now need to start tracking our Vanuatuan listeners, see if they go up through the roof. Because
I think it's probably one.
We've got a woman on the ground who's preaching.
Yeah, we have. We've got insiders in Vanuatu.
Okay, well,
now,
let me also reveal my slightly bizarre listener interaction.
Yeah.
Which is that I interviewed for this job.
Yes.
Very nervous. 1 hour interview. There's a panel of them. I had to do like a presentation, an hour presentation with a slideshow. I've never done that before. And the first 5 minutes was like, tell us about yourself. So I had all these slideshows and photos. You were in a few of the photos. I said, one of the things that I do is I present a podcast called Sober Awkward. And this interviewer on the panel goes, no. She goes, I was listening to Sober Awkward on my way into work this morning to interview you. I didn't realise you were that Hamish from the podcast.
That could go either way in an interview,
I know.
couldn't it?
Initially I was like, this is such good news. And then I was like, oh my God, she knows so much stuff that your employer should never know about you. So yeah. We're yet to find out if this is going to be like the greatest thing ever or will bite me in the arse.
Yeah, but you got the job.
I do get the job, but I might lose the job because she'll start listening to, I don't know how many, I think she's been listening since January.
Yeah.
She goes back and she's like, you did what?
Yeah. You were sick on her friend's carpet.
Yeah, that's why I was just thinking what's the worst thing, but sick on a friend's carpet is not
bad,
getting
Hamish.
fired.
I think I would be fired. I think you might be all right.
Yeah, maybe.
But you can't get fired on your past.
Can't you?
No regrets, Hamish.
Okay, nice segue into today's episode. Like, you're getting good at those.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put the aircon on. I'm walking over to the aircon machine.
Is that your thighs rubbing together? Yeah.
It's from eating too much camela potato, whatever it's called in Vanuatu.
Is that a Vanuatuan delicacy?
Yeah, there's like a funny potato there, isn't there? Like, it's yummy, actually.
Isn't there?
Kamala.
As if that's a well-known thing.
Oh, they've got them funny potatoes, you know. Right, here we go. I'm coming back. I'm going to start with a quote, Hamish. I want you to guess who it is. Are you ready?
Yep.
I don't want to hate, but that's all you've left me with. A bitter aftertaste and a fantasy. I'm not getting choked up.
Fantasy.
And a fantasy of how we could all live.
Okay, so given that you nearly cried,
Yeah.
is it Disney?
No.
Plato?
No.
Gandhi?
No.
It's the Bible?
No.
Was
no.
it?
It's Robbie Williams.
Oh, yeah. Is it because he's the one that got away, that you got choked up?
Yeah. Kissed him once.
Kissed him once.
Smell of cheese. I smell of cheese, not him. Sorry,
No,
Robbie.
he smelled great.
Yeah, he smelled good. Robbie, as you probably know, Hamish, is sober now. God bless him. I think that song was about his own failed relationship with a woman, but I think the same thing can be said about alcohol. It's the song No Regrets. I still have a bitter aftertaste, and it rings true about the fantasy, a dream that I fell head over heels for, quite literally.
Did you listen to that song and go, da-ding, episode idea?
No.
Oh, I quite like the idea of you just like going through the Robbie Williams albums looking for clues of sobriety.
I just wanted to do one about regrets, and I went, I'm going to look up online a song about regrets. Robbie Williams, there you go. That's about as far
I'm
as it went.
disappointing it went that way round.
Yeah.
I prefer, because I kind of feel like now my brain is always a little bit on podcast ideas.
Yes.
So I don't even know if I can listen to a Robbie Williams song and not be looking for like clues.
I totally agree with you.
You have that?
I'm finding podcast ideas in everything. Like, even when I'm cooking dinner, I'm like, quick, get the phone out, got to write that idea down. And people email them to us as well, don't they, Haim?
They do.
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell me that today's episode is all about Take That and the Rise, the boy band?
Yeah.
I've been waiting so long for this episode. Along with my special Craig David Shrine, I have a cupboard full of UK boy band memorabilia. I'm not sure if I've ever told you about that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, ask me anything you like and I will know the answer.
Okay, why did Brian Harvey leave E17?
Well, he was actually sacked from E17. Not sure if that's a trick question. Yeah, he made comments in a radio interview that appeared to condone the use of the drug ecstasy.
Naughty Harvey.
Naughty Harvey, next.
Okay, name all the members of Blue.
Easy. Anthony Costa, Duncan James, Lee Ryan, Simon Webb, and the infamously hot one, that's Duncan James.
Yeah, he was the hot one. Bloody hell, Hamish, that is pretty impressive. Okay, I've got a hard one for you here. What year did Boyzone split up?
99.
Oh, shit. going to have to look that one up. I don't even know.
All of those could be bollocks. You'll never know.
They are not bollocks.
Just spoken with authority.
I'm not sure if this makes me like you more or think you're a bit off.
Yeah.
I think maybe a bit off.
It's a bit off.
No, that's not the topic today, unfortunately. Put your little autograph album away, please, and let's talk about regrets and how much, Hamish, they don't work.
They don't work. Okay, I like what you did there. Please tell me there are some more boy band related puns throughout the episode.
I will try my best. This, I promise you.
That's NSYNC, is it?
Yes, it is NSYNC, yeah.
So I think the only NSYNC one I know is da 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 bye bye bye.
Oh, that's a good one,
yeah,
isn't it?
with the whole dance
is
routine.
That one on the puppets?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that Justin Timberlake?
That's Justin Timberlake.
Justin Thimblecock, as I like to call him.
Ooh.
I made that up myself.
Did you?
Yeah.
Have you seen his cock?
No.
No.
Unfortunately
Seems
not.
harsh to Justin.
Justin, just in case you're listening.
Feel free to send in a photo of your cock and we'll get rid of the nickname.
Prove it. Prove it, Thimblecock.
Thimblecock is a really good, public school surname nickname, you know? Anyone that was called, Timberlake, we call it Thimblecock. Why, Thimblecock? Thimblecock, bring me a coffee.
I won't ask what you were called, Hamish. I'm sure it's something worse. So recently someone said to me, do you regret wasting 25 years doing nothing but partying and drinking and falling asleep in wheelbarrows full of booze? And I find this question very difficult to answer, but here it goes. In some ways, I do regret not self-reflecting and taking better care of myself. But also, I wouldn't be able to help people or do what I do now here with this podcast if I hadn't been a big booze hound. So it has two sides. Feeling like I missed out on a lot because I was always pissed or hungover, and understanding that it was my journey. And it all led to me being happier than ever now. I wouldn't have reached sobriety and all the joys of sober life if I hadn't crawled through the proverbial vomit, Hamish. That's not a boy band song, by the way.
Should be. Should be.
Although I think the Sex Pistols probably had one called that, didn't they? The proverbial vomit.
They're a band of boys.
Yeah, they're a boy band.
What is a boy band? Just a band of boys?
Yeah, a band of boys.
Little band of boys.
All the bands of boys.
So are we calling the Beatles and the Rolling Stones boy bands?
boy band, yeah.
Are
We're
they?
going to get complaints
They'd be
about
so
this.
offended.
Yes.
My favourite boy band is One Direction, Blue and the Rolling Stones.
The oldest boy band in the world. But anyway, it's a really hard one because there are some things I do regret, but we will dig into those in a sec, luckily for you. Hamish, what's your take on this? As a whole, do you regret heavy drinking sessions and big nights out?
Okay, I think I feel the same way as you, which is fundamentally, I don't regret them. I know that is not a on-brand thing to say on the Sober Awkward podcast, but I think I regret some of my actions on the nights, but overall I would say I don't regret it in its entirety.
Yeah.
I built some amazing friendships and memories on those pissed up nights out. I also forgot a lot of memories, sure.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that I miss it now, because I really don't. I'm at a different stage and phase of my life now, and I'm not sure if I'd have learnt so much during my sobriety if I hadn't have had my drinking years as a counterbalance.
Yeah.
I don't think without first drinking, I could ever ask myself the questions of why did I drink in the first place, obviously. So I actually don't know if you've never had a drink, if you would see the benefits of sobriety quite as much as if you have the black and white comparison that we have.
Or if you'd never had a drink at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because if you've never had a drink at all, that's an interesting place to be, isn't it? It's very different. We don't meet many people like that at all, do we?
So I think I value my sobriety more because I drunk for years.
Absolutely.
I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
So yeah,
that's smart.
I don't regret drinking, but I am happy that I've given up.
Okay.
So before we tell you just a few of our regrets, let's find out exactly what a regret is and why we feel them.
Okay, in the Cambridge Dictionary, I've sided with them today over Oxford, Hamish.
Yeah.
I'm sharing the lexicon love.
Just trying to keep it balanced. So if either of them want to approach us and offer us a diploma or a speaking gig at their
Or in
graduation.
the boat race at any time.
Yeah.
Yes. So then,
God,
yeah.
I miss that. That is such an English day, isn't it?
That is a you day.
That is a bit of me. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to Henley to watch the Oxford Cambridge boat race. We're going up to London.
Yeah, I'm actually going to watch the training next week.
I'm going to go and watch the trains arrive at Paddington Station with my best friend, Robert.
We're going to offend both the fans of boat racing and train spotting in one episode.
Don't forget to put on your signet ring.
I used to have one.
Oh, God,
Liz
Hamish.
now wants one. I got one and I felt like I was being judged for wearing it because I was doing jobs that other people don't. I was working in TV.
Yeah.
And I was working on Soccer AM, like a football show.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm getting judged wearing a signet ring.
Who's the posh boy?
I know. And then luckily my brothers fell off him when he jumped into the ocean. So I sold him mine when I was on a road trip in
Okay,
America.
nice
to
one.
help
Yeah,
pay
made
for
a
the
bit
road
of cash
trip.
out of it. Yeah. That just shows
And now Liz wants
your
one.
true level.
Yeah.
You're a thief.
I'll sell it for cash.
Yeah. Wheeler dealer geezer, really,
Fuck
aren't
the
you?
family, give us the cash.
Fucking brother fucking sold it, didn't I, down the market? We know what you're like inside, Hamish. You pretend to be all posh, but you're like Oliver Twist, really, aren't you?
No regrets about that decision.
No regrets.
American road trip.
Anyway, regret is a feeling of sadness about something sad or wrong or about a mistake that you have made and a wish that it could have been different and better.
Some sober people might say that this is how they feel about their drinking career. They might look back at it as a mistake, a time where they were not living life to the fullest or wish it could have been better, less messy and more fulfilling.
Okay, so we had an email recently from a mum who said, and I quote, "I lost 2/3 of my children's childhoods to my problem drinking and my recovery. I feel like I damaged their lives." I could feel the deep regret in her words. Can't you feel that, Hamish? It's horrible, isn't it? But I emailed back and I told her that the damage is repairable and that her fight and her win make her an even better mum. The fact that she stopped drinking and overcame adversity is an even stronger message than never having drank at all.
It sure is. I also, when you said I lost 2/3 of my children, I thought that was just a weird way of her saying, I have 3 children, but I've lost 2 of them.
Yeah. They've gone away, they've ran away.
I've lost 2/3. You mean you've lost 2 children? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or she's got 1 child and she's only got 2/3. She's only got a third of one of them left.
Oh,
There's a limb.
She fell off at the knees.
Is that wrong?
Both quite dark
Yeah,
ways
very
of looking
dark,
at it.
very
That's all
dark.
right.
Their children are fine. They're all in one piece.
Everyone's well and they've rebuilt their relationship after
Yes,
surprise.
it's good. It's a good ending.
I think regret can lead people into drinking again. I also remember the dad who felt like his kids hated him and didn't trust that he'd ever quit. He got in touch with us. This loss of their belief in him made him drink again, and it was a continual battle to regain their support. His regret sucked him back in. Seeing when sober what damage he'd caused to his loved ones was just too much to bear.
Oh, it's a very common email that one,
happens,
Hamish,
yeah.
isn't it? It's like the guilt is too much and the regret is too much that it just gets you drinking again. So when you get sober, you might have to deal with some very deep and heavy emotions. There are going to be people that you will need to prove you mean business to, and it will be very clear where you've gone wrong in your life. That feeling of regret about how it could have been better or with a different turnout could be a big trigger to drink, and the whole cycle starts again. I think that's why the 12 steps work for so many, as they take you through this emotional process very clearly, the same a therapist would do.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how long you're going to answer this question for. The short question is, what do you regret?
Yes.
But I feel like I need to maybe narrow it down because you're going to talk forever. Well,
Yeah.
you've got a pretty good approach. We'll get into it. You had a good approach about regrets. We're not talking about the time you woke up with a pair of men's socks down your knickers or the odd visit from Mr. Bot Crab.
Mr. Bot Crab?
Mr. Bot Crab.
Oh, nasty.
Yeah, crabs in your bum. I'm talking deeper emotional stuff, inner pain, torment, self-hatred, all the good stuff.
I would argue that Bot Crab is inner pain and torment, but
But also quite nice.
Depends how severe it is. Depends on what sort of...
Depends on the size of the crab.
Yes, yeah. Sounds lovely, Hamish. How jolly. But honestly, there are some things I look back on and regret. Yes, bigger than the sloppy shags and the run-ins with the law. More significant than my drunken, foolish endeavours. There are some deeper wins that I didn't know I bore until I quit booze. I've done a very tidy bullet point list of these compunctions, Hamish.
Nice use of the word compunctions.
Thank you very much. I am happy for you to humiliate me throughout this list, okay? I don't mind. If you want to ask me some very personal questions, leading me further into my giant hole of disgrace, that's not my fanny.
Is that what you nicknamed it during your drinking years?
Oh, hi. Fancy coming back to mine.
Hopping into my giant hole of disgrace. It's not the best shut up line.
It's on my when I'm single. on my OnlyFans. That's going to be my hashtag giant hole of disgrace.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Let's start
I'm
with...
never going to be able to get that out of my mind. Look at that girl's giant hole of disgrace.
It's like the Blackwell Tunnel. Too much? Too much?
No, not enough.
Okay. Missing out on time with my newborn.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty major.
It's quite big.
Yeah. Hating people because they didn't drink. Forcing people to drink. Giving my body away for other people's enjoyment, including the black hole of disgrace. Not using a good brain. Do you want to interrupt me there?
You use the word good.
Yeah.
How good?
Very good.
Okay.
I've realised my brain is very good.
All right. Yeah. That was just my one.
Good.
Okay. No comment. No comment, Your Honour.
Okay. Not finishing studies or following any passions, having relationships with people because I thought they liked me, prioritising partying for 25 years when I could have been making memories and not losing them, never looking inward and questioning myself, believing the hype, being totally brainwashed by booze and not being smart enough to see beyond its call. It's calling me like this, Hamish. Cuckoo! Cuckoo!
And you were going, yeah, and
Yes,
running
booze,
towards it.
I'm in. Let's black out and show our big holes of disgrace to each other. As you can hear, these are all pretty major. The only thing not on my list, apart from my newborn who didn't know I wasn't there every Sunday, was letting down the people I loved. So in that sense, I'm lucky because I think that's the trickiest one. In fact, funnily enough, the only way I let down my family was by getting sober.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it feels when you come from a big boozy family, hey? Now, this is going to be very different for you. No Game Hame wasn't known for letting people down or giving his body away, even though he tried
As much as I offered.
And your brain was a bit empty to start with, so no change there. But apart from puking on the floor at your parents' friend's house when you were 13, is there any deeper aspect of drinking that still fills you with a deep remorse?
That throw up remains my biggest regret.
Okay, yeah.
But so for those that haven't heard previous episodes, this was our greatest family friend's house. I threw up in the middle of the night. I woke up to the hostess of the house scrubbing it off the floor. There was then this big inquest the next day into who had done it.
Yeah.
And I denied it to everyone, including my parents, who then went into battle for me with the host and hostess, being like, he didn't do it. He told us he didn't. He wouldn't lie to us.
Sometimes winds of change can wreak havoc on your home. Imagine that tall tree in your yard getting blown over during a storm and, yikes, landing right on your roof. That's why it's wise to have homeowners insurance that'll be there for you when such curveballs strike. Your local State Farm agent can help you file a claim by phone, in person, online, or through our mobile app. Reach out however best works for you. They're ready to help. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
That's where the regret is.
Yes,
the
yes.
puke is not the regret. It was the lying to my parents, them having them lie for me.
Yeah, so it's deeper. That's what I mean. It's deeper than the act itself, what we're
Yeah.
talking about today. The remorse isn't so much about the drinking or the things that we do. It's the feelings that we
Exactly.
feel afterwards, the regret.
And I sat with that for a whole... I eventually confessed that night, so it probably took
yeah.
me 24 hours to confess.
Yeah.
But just the feeling that day was the worst, one of the worst days ever.
Funny. It's so, I find it very sweet, that story.
Do you?
Yeah, because it's so innocent and sweet
It's
and lovely.
kind of innocent. And
Yeah.
actually, that was like the party house. There's been worse.
Yeah.
There's been much worse than that, but yeah, it still doesn't sit well with me. Nearly ruining my friend's wedding by being caught shagging in the bush at the night before
yeah,
the wedding
classic.
party.
Yeah.
That is, I hate the fact that when they think of their wedding, they might think of me impacting it negatively.
Okay, so again, it's not about you doing the shagging in the bush. That's fine.
That was great.
It's about how you made other people feel and let
Yeah.
down. Like, the regret again. Yeah.
Yep. That doesn't sit well with me at all. Holidays and travelling. So usually when you give up, you're like, how am I ever going to go on holiday? How am I ever going to travel without booze? Like,
Yeah.
boozing is such a big part of it. I actually regret the fact that I boozed every holiday or every bit of travelling I did after the age of about 17.
Yeah.
Just because I spent so much time in pubs or bars or hungover.
Yeah.
In like really cool countries. I went to amazing places but didn't do that much interesting stuff there other than partying.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah. And then I also regret just not questioning enough. Like I wasn't a big enough character to break the mold and do something different. I just sort of went along because I thought that was what was the cool people were doing, or that's what all of my friends seemed to be doing.
Yeah.
And I regret not being more of an individual or more thick-skinned younger.
More rebellious in a good way, if you know what I mean. It is actually the more rebellious thing to do would to be the non-drinker, I think, wouldn't it? I thought rebelling was all about doing naughty things and like going against society. I thought that's what rebelling is. But actually going sober is probably the most rebellious thing you could ever do as a child.
Yeah, we had one of my best mates who lived with us. I've lived with him for like 9 years, who never did drugs. And I was like, you're the only one who did drugs. Come on, do it. He's never, ever, ever. Like, all of the peer pressure, all the nights out like in a club at 3 a.m, like, go on. Never did. I'm like, that is pretty cool in hindsight.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
He's like the Che Guevara of the nightclub.
Is that what he is?
Not really. I just sort of felt like saying Che Guevara, so
Sure.
you thought I was cool.
It's fun to say.
Yeah. Let's start now by trying to resolve this regret, because I think we all know it's harmful to our recovery. It's like worrying. We all do it even though it's kind of pointless. We just beat ourselves up about stuff we can't change, and it leads to horrible feelings. So let's break it all down and see if we can turn our regrets into the fuel that motivates us and keeps us on track. Can our leaving regrets in the past where they belong be the freedom from alcohol we all deserve?
Right, let's start with a question. Here's a generic one that we get asked all the time. Let's just say this is from Disco Dave in Clacton-on-Sea. He says, I have a lot of regrets. I live a good life, but I am an alcoholic who's been sober for 2 years. While drinking, I caused a lot of destruction, and though I've made amends where possible, I'm haunted by a lot of my past. I don't know how to get past this. What should I do? We get that question in different forms quite often, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Let's just note here, Hamish, that we're talking about recovery regret rather than that dusty hangover regret. This is about ongoing distress, one that plagues you even though you are sober. Your drinking behaviour might be weighing heavy on your soul and could actually be holding you back from feeling truly happy.
So before we find some answers, let's find out why us silly Homo sapiens punish ourselves by living in a state of regret.
Regret is defined as an aversive emotion focused on the belief that some event from the past could have changed in order to produce a more desirable outcome. It's a type of counterfactual thinking, actually, which involves imagining the ways your life might have gone differently. Sometimes counterfactual thinking might mean appreciating your good luck at avoiding disaster, but at other times it focuses on being disappointed or regretful. So, Haim, what are the characteristics of regret? Good question.
Okay, so it focuses on the past.
Yep.
It's a negative aversive emotion. It focuses on aspects of the self. It leads to upward comparisons, and it involves self-blame.
The reason why regret feels so awful is because by nature it implies that there is something you could have done, some choice you could have made, or some action you might have taken that would have made something good happen or avoided something terrible.
I.e., if I hadn't been an alcoholic, I would have had more time with my children.
Or if I hadn't pissed on the neighbour's gladioli when in a blackout, I wouldn't have been chucked out by my landlord.
Regret isn't just wishing events had gone differently. It also involves an inherent aspect of self-blame and even guilt.
Yet, regret is a difficult thing to feel, but some experts suggest it can also have a positive impact if you cope with it well and allow it to help you make a better choice going forward. Oh, here we go. This is like, I'm rubbing my hands together at this bit, Hamish, because this is where we turn it all around on the listener and they sit in their car driving to work going, oh my God, I thought my regrets were something bad, but now Sober Awkward's going to tell me that they're amazing.
See, is that what you think of this podcast? We're just penny drop moments, episode after episode, turning people's lives around.
There's people pulling over right now going, what? I thought my regrets were going to hold me back forever.
Stop the car. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine, everybody. We're going to live forever.
This is where we're going to turn it all around for you and make regret our little buddy.
Yeah, no regrets has become a popular mantra for many, signifying the idea that regret is a waste of time and energy. I would agree. It is a worldview repeated in popular culture and touted by everyone from social media influencers to celebrities and self-help gurus. What do you think, Hamish? Are you considering yourself in that group at the end there?
That's my group, yeah. I'm not a social media influencer or celebrity, but I'm right in the middle of self-help gurus.
You are, yeah. Self-help wanker.
That. Daniel Pink, author of The Power of Regret, suggests that regret is not only perfectly normal, it can even be healthy. That sounds good. According to Pink, regret can act as a source of valuable information. When utilised well, it can guide, motivate and inspire you to make better choices in the future.
Can I stop you there?
Yes.
When you were at your private school, what would Daniel Pink's nickname be?
Pinky.
Or Stinky Pinky?
The Stink, yeah.
Yeah, the Stink. Yeah.
The Stink.
Oh, Stinky Pinky's here.
100% Stinky Pinky.
Oh, poor Daniel.
Hold your noses, stinky Pinky's here.
Oh, Pinky's back again.
He wouldn't have had a hope in hell,
He
poor
would
guy.
have been out now. He would have been rocking backwards and forwards in a room on his own.
And he's an author. He's been far too intelligent. Yeah, he would have got bullied.
Being an author is his revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the nerds at school that become police officers. Carry on.
Stinky Pinky.
Stinky Pinky.
I hope Daniel Pink listens to this episode. I hope they don't bring back any PTSD of being bullied.
Stink. Nice to see you.
Daniel Stink. So, how do you live with those regrets you mentioned earlier, Vic?
Okay, I use them as the reason why I know I will never drink again. I recognise they are what made me, Hamish. I often have to resort back to my core values. If I did ever do anything to upset anyone, in the past even, I know that my inner core values are to always be kind, and that perhaps it was a misunderstanding or I was just drunk and alcohol was taking over my body. I don't think I ever did anything out of malice, is basically what I'm saying there. So why have regrets when I know that my core values mean I would try not to ever hurt anyone? So sometimes if you take it back to that, it makes things a lot clearer and a lot easier to understand. I understand also that there was a drug and that wasn't really who I was. And I'm able to forgive myself because of that reason. And I never really had a choice about alcohol. Forgiving myself has flattened out my feelings of regret. I also practice self-accept. I know my worth isn't defined by my failures. I'm more than my regret. Heavy, I know, sounds a bit wanky, but making up for lost time, Hamish. I wasted 25 years boozing. I am using that one point to make sure that I never waste another minute. It means my life is full. So therefore, why would I have regrets? Because it's caused me to live a fuller life now. And I'm thankful for my regrets. They spur me on and remind me how I never, ever want to be that person again. They are the fuel in my sobriety fire.
I've got a question. So you are very good at forgiving yourself for your regrets.
Yes.
Do you feel as if the people that you hurt have also forgiven you?
I don't think I hurt anyone.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm saying I'm lucky, where I never let down anyone in my family, and that my baby didn't know that I was letting him down every Sunday by not being there. He was too young. So I think that's where I'm lucky. I think it's very different for people that have older kids that are growing up around an alcoholic or somebody that's over drinking.
Or cheat on a partner or all that sort of
anything
stuff.
like that. Yeah, I do think it's harder when your kids are older or you're letting down the people that you love. That's where the regret would get really, really heavy. And I don't think I ever did that. I'm sure I pissed people off with my drinking before. But I think I've got to a point I understand that there is no point in me living with regret, because what's it going to do to me? It's just going to eat away at my soul. I've got to move on. And people often say to me about the book, actually, like, don't you regret writing all that stuff? Like, aren't you embarrassed? I'm like, that is not who I am anymore. I'm actually really proud to tell those stories, because it shows everyone, look, you don't have to live, just because you've done those things, you don't have to live that life. You don't have to be that person. Everyone's capable of evolving, and I don't regret any of those things because they've totally made me who I am.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one, because it is the basis of sobriety in some respects. It's like of a successful sobriety, because you're still living in the past and still thinking about all those stupid things you've done. Well, how is that going to help you move forward? It's just going to pull you back down, and it's going to get you drinking again.
So I think you're better at approaching regrets than I am.
Okay.
I'm trying to look at them as lessons.
Yeah.
So they do still fill me with dread when I think back on each of those moments, like I mentioned a second ago. But I know that they can't be helped. So they make me sad when I think about them. I hope that I have been forgiven by the married couple or my parents or the hostess, all those little things. But I guess I try and go, okay, well, there are awful things that I did, and that's going to make me better in the future. I know that's something that's sort of easier said than done.
Yeah.
But that's the mindset I'm trying to have. I'm not quite as good as you are at going, like it was alcohol's fault rather than my fault. I still hold some of the responsibility myself, rather than going, that was drunk me, and drunk me is not Mimi. So yeah, I'm not quite as good as you as that is. I do think almost all of us have done some dumb shit in our lives. Nobody is perfect. And at this stage, all I can do is apologise to people I've hurt, which I have done, and I hope that they forgive me. And then I'll try and do better today and tomorrow and each day as it comes. What I do enjoy about this podcast, and I guess this episode in particular, is that we both hope that by sharing our most regretful actions and drunken mishaps, that they somehow help you through yours. Either you're going to think, wow, mine aren't as bad as theirs, Or you'll think, okay, mine was bad, but we all have stories like this, and keeping them bottled up or beating ourselves up over them every day isn't helping anyone. So it is time to take action, to forgive yourself, to hope for the forgiveness of others, and move on either way.
I'm just trying to think of this from a different perspective for a second, Hamish. If someone has pissed you off, right? If someone has been really drunk at a party you had and done something really stupid that you were slightly pissed off about, how would you feel about them now? If it had happened 5 years ago and they'd done something really outrageous, how would you feel about them now?
That's probably happened to me lots of times. I can't remember any of them.
No, exactly.
It's not as big a deal.
It is a big deal to us because we're the participants in it. Being pissed off with someone doesn't hang around with me. If I look back on all the things I regret and think, oh God, that was awful, and I feel cringy about it and so much shame, the other people won't even remember that event. So we spend a lot of time as ex-drinkers and drinkers worrying about how we've treated people and how we've let people down. Whereas in fact, if we were to really talk about those people and talk to them and say, like, how did I let you down? They'd probably say, you're all right, mate. Don't worry about it. It's in the past. Let's just let it go. People are much more forgiving than we realise. It's the person themselves that makes this regret sit in them and go stagnant and takes over their body like a blackness.
Well, I think either we're forgiving people or we haven't had that bad things done to us. If you've done something truly awful, if you have broken the law or cheated on a married partner, or you've, driven a car drunkenly and harmed someone, there might be things that you've done that the other people who are affected by that never forgive you.
Okay,
that is possible.
That's true, yeah.
But I still think you can try and forgive yourself.
Yeah.
Because if they hate you and you hate yourself, you ain't going to stay sober for long. You might not even stay alive for long. So at least take care of yourself, even if the person that you hurt is never going to forgive you.
Yeah. It's interesting. You see that in documentaries about jail, in penitentiaries in America and things. I was watching this thing Unlocked at the moment on Netflix. And that is one thing that people deal with a lot in prison is regret and shame and saying sorry to the people that they hurt. They have to deal with that. It's part of the process of healing. And that's what we're saying here. This is a healing process, and dealing with your shame and your regret and everything else that you did when you were drunk is part of this healing process. And sobriety really is that, isn't it, in itself? It is a healing process. It's kind of like you have PTSD from your drinking days, and you've got to heal it. And with that, you've got to have AA or a therapist or somebody to guide you through that. And that's what they do in prisons nowadays. Most prisons is they try and guide people into not feeling shame and regret, but understanding that they hurt people. It's fascinating to watch prison show where people are actually doing the work on themselves.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So I guess you can either use regret as a motivator to go, oh God, I did some awful stuff, I need to stay sober, let it motivate you. Or you can use it to frighten you. You can go, God, I do not want to go back to that person because look at all the people I hurt and look at all the awful shit I did.
So either way, you're saying there, regret could have a positive impact on your life. Yeah. Go on then. Finish her off. Take it home, Hamish. Ride that baby home.
Into the black hole of...
No, into the conclusion.
Oh, sorry. I was getting back into the black hole of doom or whatever it was you called your vagina earlier. Regret is an annoying emotion that can be difficult to overcome. Accept life and you must accept regret, said the philosopher Henri-Frédéric Amiel. While regret is an unavoidable consequence of living life and making choices, your sobriety will allow you to look for answers and find ways to cope with these feelings and even turn them into opportunities for growth.
Sobriety means you're going to have to push through, sit with the awkward, and then see how it feels when you get to the other side of that emotion. It might be hard to sit with uncomfortable feelings, but if you can teach yourself to do this, or a therapist can, even better, then it means you won't reach for a drink. It's all about working through it instead of numbing it out.
Learning to accept your feelings, forgiving yourself for mistakes, and taking steps to learn from your experiences can help minimise many of the negative feelings associated with regret. While you may not truly be able to live life with no regrets, you can change how you think about the things you think might have changed and learn to focus on the present moment instead of ruminating over the past.
Oh, that's good, Hamish. So in conclusion, instead of dwelling on negative feelings, use them to guide you going forward.
No regrets, they don't work. No regrets now, they only hurt.
Yes, you got this.
Is that more Robbie Williams?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Same song?
Yeah, same song.
Great song.
Yeah, I didn't do too much research. I just thought,
just one song.
I'll just pick that one song and I'll base the whole thing around it.
Is it the only song you had downloaded on Spotify on your flight? You just listen to it over and over again?
Yeah.
Before we end, is there one thing that you think you will always regret, no matter how badass, no looking back, learn from your mistakes, guru-esque sober you get, Vic?
Yeah, kicking the door in at the Thai resort and being driven out of the village and asked never to return. That was the most regret I've ever had.
What door?
I had panic attacks for about 2 weeks after that.
What was the door?
I just
Doors
got really
where?
drunk on buckets and a blackout, and I kicked a door in and made a hole in a door and crawled through it.
Oh, what, someone's house?
Someone's resort, yeah.
And they told you
I
to
couldn't
get
remember
out?
doing it. There was a hole in the door when I woke up in the morning. They packed my bags for me and drove me out of the town. Yeah.
That is bad.
It was really bad. I still have regret about that. I just didn't know what I was doing. It is an emotional scar that has me blushing in my britches, Hamish. That level of regret nearly had me knocking on the door of a psych ward, quite honestly.
So that's the worst one ever.
That is the worst one ever, yeah. Worst regret I've ever had, and I still regret it now.
Have you been back to that town in
That
Thailand?
regret doesn't motivate me.
No, it doesn't sound like it. Did you stay true to your word and never go back to that resort ever?
Which is a shame, yeah, because it's where the biggest flower in the whole world grows, so I'll never get to see that because I'm banned from the town.
I'll pick it and bring it back for you.
Yeah. I brought this back in my suitcase. That'll get through customs. Anything about you?
Just a line to my parents.
Yes.
Yeah, that's even though we've never spoken about it since. It's never come up. I've never guess I've never really apologised since the day of apologising. It's just this thing. They've probably forgotten about it, but
Yeah, it was 20 years ago.
It doesn't sit well with me.
No.
So it's the people out there living with regret about letting the kids down, about missing out on years because of booze and feeling like no one will ever forgive them. Our advice is use this. Use it to spur you on. Make it the reason you never go back. Make regret your power to make sure you never make the same mistakes again, and prove to the people that you love that you are not that person anymore.
Totally, you're a fucking legend. Shall we end with a quote then, Hamish?
Let's end with a couple.
Okay, shall I start?
Yeah.
Queen Latifah. I made decisions that I regret. I took them as learning experiences. I'm human, not perfect, like everybody else.
Good on you, Queen. And I've got one from Lucille Ball.
Oh, yes, what good ones today.
I'd rather regret the things that I've done than regret the things that I haven't done.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I always think that whenever I book a holiday.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
I can't afford it, but yeah.
That's why we're both always skint.
Yeah, always skin, but we've got to be holiday.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
All the money goes on holidays, yeah. If you're investing in us in any way, that's where we're spending it.
Holidays and cock pumps. Oh,
I'm pissing it up the Blackwell Tunnel.
I feel like everything you're saying tonight is sounding like an innuendo.
It's not. I promise you, I'm just talking about like
Black holes of doom.
Motorway travel. If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
They have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the document.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hello, this is Jessie and Lenny Ware from Table Manners, a podcast direct from our dining table where we talk all things
food, family, growing up,
and everything in between.
And everything in between.
This season, we've had Reese Witherspoon reveal the greatest cookie recipe.
We had Gary Oldman, who's freshly knighted.
Sir Gary Oldman.
Sir Gary Oldman.
Now. We did some singing with Gloria Estefan. And Jeremy Allen White
has shared some culinary stories with us.
And it's not just this series. We've had plenty of other brilliant guests where you can listen back to all the episodes. People like Cher,
Dolly Parton,
Kate Winslet, St Paul McCartney,
John Legend,
Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez. We've had them all and we've fed them very well. Come and listen to Table Manners, the podcast with me, Jessie Ware and Lenny Ware.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit.
If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad
No,
bookstores?
it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really
Yeah.
depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his teeny little, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it
Yeah,
now.
go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy. Buy it. Yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.